Good day, Metcalfe Public School, and welcome to the MPS Daily News. Today is Thursday, January the 7th. Bonjour Metcalfe et bienvenue au Nouvelle MPS. Aujourd'hui, c'est jeudi le 7 janvier. Please stand for the playing of O Canada. Quay Metcalfe, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the sacred land of the Algonquin Nation. Let us begin our day by acknowledging the Algonquin Anishinaabe people for allowing us to learn and grow on their land. For this, we say miigwech. Yesterday, as a part of our why behind land recognition, we heard about their connection to the land. Here's a little more. Since time immemorial, First Nations have had an intricate, respectful, spiritually and physically dependent, grateful, and protective tie to the land. The nature of this tie is not so much about ownership, but one of stewardship. They feel they have been bestowed with the responsibility for the land and sea, and all the creatures that inhabit this land with them. This sense of responsibility is greater than an emotional tie. It is intrinsically tied to the spirits of all aspects of the earth. Traditional language, knowledge, cultural practices, and oral traditions built up over the millennia are all connected to the land. It is that connection, the umbilical cord, is severed, then the spiritual if that connection, that the umbilical cord is severed, the spiritual well-being of the affected First Nations is at stake. So again, that's a little bit more about why we are acknowledging the land that we are on as well. Our news for today, les nouvelles pour aujourd'hui. Regulation. As teachers, we need to make explicit attempts to connect with our students. That we know. Quiet and disengaged or overly compliant students also need this teacher engagement and connection. Teachers need to take the lead in developing these relationships. Without encouragement, students will likely remain distant. They may also have a hard time asking for help. We want students to be those advocates. It's about positive opportunities that they may not have experienced. If they've never been there, we need to support them. As students, I want you to think about this in your classroom. As teachers, is there someone you need to connect with more overtly? Have a discussion with your class today. Online learning. As we continue to work through this week, we may find that it actually is becoming harder. Not harder in the sense that the work is harder to keep attention sustained, harder to follow the lesson, harder to stay focused. Your teachers are too. Take some time to discuss what might help as you navigate this virtual environment. There are no birthday wishes today. That is our announcements. Merci et bonne journée. Thanks and have an outstanding day, Metcalf.